We are now wrapping up day 3 of the government shutdown, and tensions are rising. That incident outside the World War II memorial involving veterans sparked members of the House to try and push legislation reopening national parks and provide any needed funding for VA benefits. The Department of Veterans Affairs has stated the shutdown continues until late October. It will run out of money for disability compensation and pension checks to more than 3.6 million veterans who rely on the money. And the Maine veteran that you're about to meet says the possibility of losing that money could have dire consequences.
A lot of the public don't realize how serious of an issue this is. It is actually life or death for some. And these guys are under a lot of stress, just trying to reintegrate.
Jason Foley is one of thousands of Maine veterans trying to make the often difficult transition from military life to a civilian life we all take for granted. He served 8 years in the Air Force.
From being told what to do every day, providing meals, housing, to you're on your own. And you haven't been living that way for years. And so a lot of guys initially have a little trouble with that. Some, not all, but they need that cushion to know that they're still being taken care of by the country that they were willing to put their lives on the line for.
And to help them along that often bumpy road, veterans like Jason depend on a pension or disability check they receive each month, a check which could disappear if the shutdown continues.
Some of them are living off these pension and disability checks. It's their only means of income. Some of them are feeding their families, paying their rent. And so you take these away and they can't provide for themselves or their family anymore.
Right now, about 3.6 million veterans in the U.S. are receiving VA disability compensation. Another 300,000 are getting pensions. Jason worries if that money goes away, it could push some veterans over the edge.
Well, there's a growing population of veterans. We're still at war. Every day there's more in the United States, and they're the segment of the population that's most at risk for suicide right now. There's over 22 veterans killing themselves a day because they put their lives on the line for this nation, and now they're having a little trouble, and they don't need this.
Jason and other veterans will tell you this is not part of the deal when they signed up.
So if you care about the troops and support the troops, then you need to let them know right now is the best time. Write your congressman, senator, do something. Instead of just shaking their hand, do something.
Now here in Maine, we have a population of more than 130,000 veterans, and the state receives $420,000 in compensation and pensions.